Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay Will here again at Veterinary Review. Getting ready to give you guys the G.I. Joe Classified series figure review on the G.I. Joe Classified series' Cobra Viper officer and his Vipers. And I gotta say right off the bat, this is a pretty cool setup. I like how all three figures look. They look very distinctive, of course, except for the two guys that are the same color scheme. All three bodies use the same body mold and same pretty much design and setup. So not a real big difference between figures except for the color scheme. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here, guys. I'm going to take them off their stand. Pretty cool setup, like I said, guys. Very glad to have this set. Let me go ahead and slide these guys back so we can take a look at the packaging, and then we'll get into these guys a little bit more. But first, guys, if you can, go ahead and subscribe for me, so that way you guys be looped in and in the know about any more videos I got in the pipeline. And this raffle program, I'm still putting together, still in the developmental stages, so you guys want to be knowledgeable on that, so you guys can know when and if you have an opportunity or a chance to win some pretty cool figures. And of course, it would just mean a lot to me, guys. Trying to make a living here. So if you guys go ahead and subscribe, it wouldn't hurt. And for the packaging here, we have some pretty cool box art on the front here. It looks pretty nice. I'm impressed. They kind of went all out with the whole big flaming like color scheme and whatnot. The characters kind of like, I guess, laying siege to a fortress or something like that. So pretty cool box art. The pretty standard Cobra symbol right there on the top. 47. The title right there at the bottom. A little bit of art on the side, not a whole lot. And you got some artwork of the figures on the back. He's commanders. The officer is giving commands to his guys, his commandos. And you got a little bit of a little sketch right here, like a artwork of what all is contained within the packaging here. And they do come with a lot of accessories, guys. I'll get into that in a little bit, but they do come with a lot that I was very impressed with. And other than that, not a whole lot else going on with the package. So let's get into these guys a little bit more. First, I would do a quick few comparisons, so that way you guys kind of like get a feel for these guys a little more. For the comparison shots, I'll be doing the officer mostly. So I'll bring the camera down so that way you guys get a full head-to-toe shot. First comparison, I'm going to put him next to G.I. Joe Classified Series Destro. So you see how those guys look. I kind of like the color schemes of these guys, going with Destro a little bit more, because I feel like he would probably be the guy that's their primary financier. So they pretty much their hired guns that he brought on into the Cobra organization from private work. Then we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series is Flint. So I feel like these guys need to be compared, because I feel like they borrowed several body parts or molds from him as far as the legs and the chest piece and everything goes. And the shoulder pieces, as you can see right there. And arms too as well. So yeah, definitely borrowed a little bit from Flint. And the last comparison for the G.I. Joe side is going to be heavy artillery Roadblock. So as you can see, Roadblock is a pretty big, beefy guy. He's got to be, in this world, I'd say about maybe 6'4", 6'4", maybe. Huge, muscular guy. So he kind of towers over everybody that he's put up against. So looks pretty good to me. And for a 6-inch scale comparison, we're going to go ahead and bring in the modular armor Iron Man. So you guys can see there that they do scale pretty well, of course, with Marvel Legends 6-inch figures. Nice. Bring him back out. Let's get into the accessories a little bit. Each figure comes with his own pistol that goes to his holster. The officer's pistol here is a little bit different. It's more of it's a bit of a longer pistol. I'd say kind of like a mechanic, or maybe Smith & Wesson range, maybe. Based off that top slide right there. Slide that back into his holster. And these guys, the Vipers, come with their own pistols as well, but they both got the same pistol. Yeah. These look more similar to like maybe a generic kind of Glock, maybe. Not always sure, but they do look kind of fictional a little bit, so just spitballing there. And they come with a bunch of different rifles. They come with 2 of these, I believe. Yes, yeah, 2 of these. Kind of futuristic, kind of looking rifles here. Officer that I have right here, he comes with kind of like I guess a little semi-automatic / automatic. And it comes with a sniper setup right here. Looks pretty nice. The smoke effect is removable. That's another thing I wanted to mention, guys, as far as the effects and the accessories. That part right there comes apart. The suppressor is removable, and the smoke effect is removable. These guys come with a lot of plug-in parts for the rifles and pistols and whatnot. So you get plenty of blast effects. You get that right there. Get this blast effect as well. That piece is removable. You get kind of like a spraying effect that you use in the thumbnail with the this back part right here is a X-blast part with the flare. Then you get a kind of like a bit of a mushroom kind of effect right here. It also has another one of these. So you get like a nice handful, literally, of blast effects for these guys. So that is pretty awesome. I think they're trying to compete with Valiverse in that effect or that area, because Valiverse has the other ones right here. I'll put a little pack right here with the removable magazines and the blast effects that came with them. So I believe they're trying to get on that level of efficiency, because their rifles and pistols and whatnot have removable magazines now. So that's cool. Slide all that to the side. What else do they have? They also come with this other last rifle right here variation. Pretty cool. Also magazines removable as well. Pretty dope. Very tactical looking unit here. A little nice little set that we have going here. And they all of course come with their own backpacks that are removable. One thing I was disappointed about, because with the Lady J figure, it has like indentations and like outlines and plug holes and everything right here. Little ports that you can actually make the backpack actually usable, to the point where you can like put extra magazines and accessories on the side of it and everything, so you can actually make the backpack work like a backpack. So that's a cool little feature to have. But with these guys, they don't have but anything but this huge blocky piece right here. Got a little bit of weight to them as well. So that was slightly disappointing, but they look cool though. I believe they capture the desired effect. These 2 guys have the same color backpack, but the commander here, or officer, his difference is he has a variation of a gold Cobra on the back of his. So that way you guys see, that way he has to be marked as a leader of the group. And of course they all come with the goggles or headpieces right here. The other guys, the Vipers goggles are silvery kind of look, and the officers are kind of like a gold sheen. So he is very distinctive as the officer / commander of the group. And they all, like I said, utilize the same body mold and sculpt all the way through, just with the difference of colors. So that's why I will be doing the articulation portion on the officer, so that way you guys can get a good feel of how it moves, how they move, and I'll spend a whole lot of extra time going into the articulation of the 2 backup guys, or his minions. But anyway, yeah, very cool looking figures, nice design, scope all the way around. Definitely a very tactical kind of look. I can see myself wearing something like this. So yeah, kind of gets a realistic feel going. I probably wouldn't have my pouches set that low down to my waistline and crotch area like that, though. I'd probably have them fastened a little bit higher on my vest or my ILTV or something like that. But anyways, they look pretty cool though. Definitely like the padding look they have going here. Let's go ahead and get into our articulation a little bit, see what these guys can do. Oop, almost lost a piece over there. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, his head doesn't look up very far. You lose a little bit, excuse me, you lose a little bit of articulation because of the helmet piece design here. This napkin, well, handkerchief piece that goes around the neck is removable. It's like a small little piece right there, just hooks on. So you can take that off. But yeah, you do lose a little bit of articulation there. But you can look down a little ways. Of course, side to side movement. I believe the neck is on its own joint right there, so the neck can move independent, I believe. Yeah, the neck can move independently of the shoulders and head, so you can get a little bit more articulation out of that if you so desire. Of course, side to side motion, a little bit of head tilt, maybe a little bit more with the neck joint. Shoulders move out to the sides that far, go all the way around, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows are bend in that far, wrist swivel, and with all three figures you get a dice rolling motion on the left side right here on the gun hands. Well, and on the opposite side, right hand, you get the normal back and forth motion. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I believe the waist articulation suffers. I think it's there. I'm not always sure entirely because I don't want to risk cutting off the vest just to see what the articulation is in there. But just for now, I believe it has a bit of ab crunch, maybe just slight ab crunch. Waist cut right here. Legs kick out to the sides that far. Kick forward that far. Kick backward that far. Get a nice little crunch in there. Upper thigh cut. Double joint knees that bend in that far. You have a boot cut and ankle pivot, as well as up and down motion of the feet. So yeah, you get a decent range of motion. I mean, they're not ninjas or anything like that. They're not foot soldiers, ninjas or anything like that. So their command or chain of command would probably be more so under Destro or somebody, or Cobra Commander or something like that. So they wouldn't be, expected to be very agile or elite fighters, more like just shooters and infiltrators and whatnot. So, but yeah, they all utilize the same body mold. So one thing I wanted to point out too that I thought was pretty cool, that it was what they decided to give a color/race variation between the characters. So as you can see, this guy is kind of tan skinned, maybe more than likely Caucasian, maybe could be Hispanic or Latino descent. Which one of these guys was the other one? This guy right here, I believe. Yeah, about the same thing. So that means it's this guy. Yeah, this guy is the one that they decided to go ahead and make African American or of some melanated skin type. May not be an American necessarily. So that's pretty cool. Decided to give these guys a little bit of a mixture here. So yeah, Cobra organization believes in equal opportunity, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, that's pretty much the setup, guys. The Cobra Viper officer and the Vipers. Definitely, I feel like a pretty decent pickup. I believe I got these off the sale Hasbro had recently. I think I got this whole set for like maybe $55 or so, somewhere in there. I know they went on sale. I don't exactly remember the price range. But if you guys can snag this from somewhere, be it Amazon, Hasbro, Target maybe, or anywhere for like around $40 to $50 or so, I say go ahead and get it. Definitely a nice way to beef up your G.I. Joe collection, of course, and add like a nice little elite setup of guys to your Cobra shelf. So I'd probably be having these guys posed on my shelf behind Cobra Commander, or like I said, maybe Destro or so, as his personal guard maybe. But yeah, definitely worth the pickup. Glad to have them. And I appreciate you guys for stopping by, checking out my video. Like I mentioned before, you guys want to, if you can, if it's not too big of a hassle, go ahead and subscribe. So that way you can be in the know about any more videos that I have coming down the pipeline for you guys. And that way you guys can also be looped in on the raffle program that I'm getting ready to initiate sometime down the future or down the line. And as always, appreciate you guys. You guys be safe out there. Later.